The Hockey Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog has got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 and get $50 in bonus funds when you sign up with promo code HGP. Hello and welcome to the Hockey Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. I am your host, Ryan Gilbert. Joining me, as usual is my co-host, Joel Meyer. And we have a guest here once again from the Discord. It's Bulljax, BJ. How are we doing today, boys?
I'm doing fine. It's been a hot week, trying to stay cool and all that. Been having some crazy fucking dreams. I was going to tell you guys about my dream, but nobody really cares. It was fucked. Anyway, football was not so good on the weekend, though. That was also fucked. CFL, miserable, 0-3, I think, altogether. College football, I only had one bet, which was a live bet on Kansas State, who totally shit the bed against Iowa State. So, yeah, horrible start there to start the season in college football. But, yeah, it's good to have it back. We're going to have a ton of fun this season. Hopefully we do better than we did last season, which was my worst season betting college ever. But at least the Ohio State Buckeyes came through in the end. I did have a nice future on them to do it. And we, of course, have a Buckeyes fan in Bulljax.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. I love my Buckeyes, as you can tell. I'm doing pretty good, though. I didn't really do too much betting over the weekend. I'm just watching the U.S. Open.
Nice.
Just love me some tennis. That's really about it. Just waiting for the NHL season to start and the NFL.
Yeah, I think things are getting closer now. We had Tommy Fleetwood. Did he go wire to wire over the weekend, or did he?
That was like my one win. My one win
Really?
on the weekend. I actually bet Flaccidwood. I bet on him. I had an intuition. You know, he was the favorite on Sunday, but I thought that Scheffler was too far back. I actually bet Fleetwood right when Scheffler hit this shot out of bounds, so I was able to get like plus 160 on Fleetwood right when that happened. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to live with this bet. You know, it's gonna be a sweat to the end because you never could trust Fleetwood to make those 3-4 footers on a Sunday. But thankfully he did in the end, and he ended up winning in a runaway because nobody else really chased him down. Scheffler hit it in the water later on as well. So yeah, I'm pleased to be on Fleetwood, and he finally got his first PGA win. Good for him. I've never been a hater of his, you know, a fader of his for sure. But not a hater. He's a good dude, and I'll definitely be cheering for him at the Ryder Cup.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, you've loved him because you've been able to fade him so well.
That's right,
But yeah, once again, I mean, live betting golf there on the final day seems to be the way to go.
Certainly. Did you have any action in golf, Bulljax?
Dude, I usually always bet Fleetwood, but for this weekend I didn't for some reason, and he finally wins, which is, you know, it is what it is.
It's funny that he has all these runner-up finishes in a shitty tournament, or a shitty season, rather, considering how many chances he's had to win. And then he ends up winning the whole fucking FedEx Tour Championship. That's how sports go sometimes.
Always. Sometimes he just never has a good Sunday, but he definitely did this Sunday. Mm-hmm. He finally pulled it together.
Yeah, he was erect all the way through the weekend to cash there for our friend Jolie. That was a good bet there. And yeah, football is back, and so is our amazing merch sale. It's 25% off everything in the merch store. Promo code is football. You can get some good Hockey and Podcast stuff in there. I'm sharing it here for the YouTube viewers here. We got some shirts, we got some hoodies, some hats, some mug, winter hats, some toques for the cold winter season coming up, and of course the headband there. So make sure to check out the merch store. And SGPN just launched their NFL Survivor contest, $100 entry, winner take all at sportsgamblingpodcast.com. Survivor. Plus, if you're new to Splash Sports, you can use promo code finals for $10 credit there. Yeah, make sure you're subscribed to the Hockey Island Podcast on YouTube. Like the videos, comment, let me know what you guys are betting, and those 5-star rating and reviews, guys. I have not been able to sleep just all hours of the night. Joel has just been coming at me, ringing my phone nonstop. When are we going to get a review? I'm going to quit if we don't get a review before the start of the season. So don't make me do the solo show every day of the week without Joel. give us a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts for Mr. Meyer.
And smash that like button.
Smash the like
Smash
button.
it.
Smash it. Absolutely. Yeah. So, no real hockey news over the past week or so. I don't really think. I know there's been orientation camps going on. There was a quote from McDavid today about how he's still taking his time with the extension or whatnot. So we'll see what happens there. National TV games were announced today, and kind of crazy to see the Winnipeg Jets get 0. Like the reigning President's Trophy winners, like 0 for them, 0 for the Canucks, 0 for Calgary. Canadian teams, basically, besides Toronto, don't exist. Even Montreal,
Wow.
0 national games in the States. Yeah,
for America.
For America.
That makes sense. Yeah, they'll be on, Hockey Night in Canada and all that. Plenty enough, so that's not too surprising.
You got the Blackhawks have 15 games. They're a shit show. The Bruins, they're 15 for the Blackhawks, 17 for the Bruins, which is the most, tied with Colorado, and then Edmonton, Rangers, and Pittsburgh all have 16. Oh no, Washington has 18. That's the most, I guess, for the Ovi goal chase.
We need to have these original 16s be better because obviously those are the big markets, so they got the national exposure, but it's going to be painful watching that many Blackhawks and Bruins games on Wednesday nights.
For Wednesday nights you're off, so that sucks for you. But luckily, most of these games for you are going to be earlier during the day. And San Jose Sharks got 6 games there, so they'll be probably the nightcap on some of those nights.
I love Sharks.
They're a fun team to watch. All right, we have 3 pretty fun teams here to talk about today. Maybe if you're not a fan of them, but you got the Utah Mammoth, the Columbus Blue Jackets, and the Vancouver Canucks. Going to start with the Utah Mammoth here, who last season, as the Utah Hockey Club, went 38, 33, and 13 for 89 points. Their point total was 88.5, so just went over that there. Joel, you're a big fan of the Mammoth. What did you think about them last season?
I thought that they had an excellent season. I think that they deserved to make the playoffs. I thought they were a much better team than Calgary, for instance, who were hanging around in the playoff mix for a while. It's just a matter of a poor shooting percentage. They certainly were one of the worst teams in terms of putting the puck in the back of the net, given how many chances they had. But no, it's a very dynamic, offensive team. Very good positive steps forward, though. A lot of the young guys stepped forward. Sergachev he fit in pretty well, though he got hurt, I think, in the season, or towards the beginning of the season, along with John Marino, if I'm not mistaken, because I remember betting the under on their
Sergachev missed 5 games, I'm seeing here, but I remember Marino
just 5.
Missed a lot, yeah.
I thought it was longer than that, but yeah, their defensive core was ruptured a bit by injury in general, but they still pulled forward. A lot of the young guys, like I said, have taken steps forward, and yeah, and I'm really fancying this team doing big things in the future. And last season was a step in the right direction. And of course, Connor Ingram had the rehabilitation thing. I'm not sure precisely what it was about, but that forced.
I think it was after his
that forced Vejmelka to play like.
Then they just threw Vejmelka out there, and he got spoiled towards the end.
Like 25 games in a row he had to play, and he performed fairly well in that one AAA role. So yeah, I really like what this team is doing. I'm a big fan of the coach as well, and yeah, I expect them to take another step forward this season, as we'll get into. But off season was really good. Getting Peterka, one of the only major off season moves of any team. Getting that guy out of Buffalo. Was not a fan of living there or playing there. And yeah, that'll provide hopefully some more a better shooting percentage, because these guys can put the puck in the back of the net. So I like that offseason addition.
Yeah, Peterka should be a good add there. Last year, Clayton Keller 90 points led the way, and then Cooley, Schmaltz, Genther all in the 60s. Sergachev 53, Barrett Hayden even had 20 goals, 46 points. So they got some depth there added to it with Peterka. Also brought in Brandon Tanev for some fourth line veteran presence. Nate Schmidt for some veteran presence as well. Vitek Vanacek to be a backup goalie if he has to be, to give a Vejmelka a night off here or there if Ingram is not ready. And yeah, didn't give up, didn't lose too much. Josh Doan, Nick Bukestad, Michael Kesselring, and Robert Pertuzzo were their key subtractions according to this article here. So yeah, building off a good season, 5th best expected goals for percentage, but as Joel said, the 10th worst shooting percentage at 5-on-5. So that's not going to be good there for the playoffs. Bulljacks, you have any
this team
thoughts?
could really just be like they can really. I think they can make the playoffs for sure. I really like this Peterka signing, especially from the Mammoth. I think this is kind of what puts them over that maybe the bump to making playoffs. But I still think they probably lose round 1. But I think they're really trending in the right direction with that type of forward.
Yeah, absolutely. And looking at their lines for the upcoming season, 92.5 points to make the playoffs is -125, 9-1 to win the division, which seems pretty short for the competition in that Central Division, and 45-1 to win the Cup here.
Yeah, you know where I'm going. I bet the over on the points. I did bet a little division at 14-1, 9-1. You're right; it is getting a little short considering they do have the Stars and the Avalanche to contend with. I do think the Avalanche should be shorter. I think they should be a clear favorite to win this division. I think it'll be a great season for Colorado. But yeah, certainly I do expect this team to make the playoffs if they just continue to make incremental steps forward. Not just incremental. I think that this team will take a significant step forward. So I love the over on the points. I love them to make the playoffs. You can stay away from the Cup. They're not going to win it, but I certainly can see them to win the division if things go poorly for the favorites there. But 9-1 is just not quite juicy enough. But yeah, like I said, just I expect them to take another step forward, and I'm very excited to see what Peterka does in this lineup, because if you look up their roster, they're top 6 at forwards. They are absolutely dynamic, a bunch of fast players. They play with a lot of skill, a lot of speed. Yeah, Ryan's bringing it up for me. Yeah, Dylan Gunther, this guy's going to continue getting better. Clayton Keller, he's the captain now, right?
I think so.
He
should be.
Top liner. Logan Cooley, expect him to take another step forward. Oh my word, take a shot every time I say that fucking line. Yeah, down the lineup, Lawson Krause, he's been around for a while, but a solid bottom sixer. Same with Alex Kerfoot. This guy can you won't put the puck in the net, but he can certainly make a good pass here and there. Go down to the defense. I like their defense quite a bit as well now that they have Nate Schmidt there on the third line. That's really good defensive pairing. Very good experience there with Ian Cole. But yeah, Sergachev, Marino on the top line. Dursey, of course, this guy is legit first pairing guy, I'm pretty sure. And Ollie Mata there is a nice depth piece as well. So yeah, big fan of this team. I think that they're going to be a force to reckon with in 2025.
Yeah, I'm not quite as high on the Mammoth, I don't think, as you are. But like looking at these odds, they're -125 to make playoffs. Over their point total is only -120. So if you want just could get 9 to 3 points, miss playoffs, and miss playoffs is -105. Like if it was plus money, I'd consider it, because I think this team is kind of close to 50-50 in that division. But I feel like looking at the visual on the screen, like the Utah Mammoth logo fits in perfectly with the HGP logo color wise. So I think we have to be big fans of the Mammoth this season.
Yes. See you later, hockey club.
All right. Anything else there on Utah before we get to our best bet for the Mammoth?
I think the only worry I really have with this team is just maybe goaltender.
You're not a match milk guy.
Yeah, I like him, but I think he's kind of like a little hot and cold a lot in the season. Mm-hmm. When he's hot, but when he's cold, you can see like 3-4 games in a row where he lets in like 4 or 5 goals.
Yeah,
and they're definitely going to be.
Maybe that's on the defense, perhaps, but that's right. Truly about it. I love all the forwards of this team. I think they're really great. I see a lot of like young superstars on this team.
Yeah, the goaltending is worrisome. Vedmelka kind of wore down in the second half, which is understandable given the fact that he was playing a ton of games before the All-Star break. He had a .909 save percentage. After the All-Star break, .896. So 13 points there. I think bringing it back up will help. I do worry that all these players are young. There's no like established guy yet. I guess Clayton Keller is the most established guy, but there could just be growing pains with these forwards, and if they can't right the ship, they in a tough division they might not get there. But I don't feel strongly enough to fade them this year.
My one award bet for this team is Andre Tourigny, the coach, to win Jack Adams, but that's been bet fairly significantly already, and just makes a lot of sense. I think he's got like the same kind of trajectory as Martin St. Louis, and yeah, this market is a little sharper than usual this year.
Tourigny, right? Is the guy? Yeah, he's the favorite at plus 750.
He's the favorite now. Oh my word. Yeah, like Quenneville was the favorite for a bit, but that makes to me. So yeah, clearly the market agrees, but yeah, 750 is a little bit too short. I mean, I don't have that crazy number. It's like 12-1. But still, it's certainly he's certainly going to be in the mix if this team make the playoffs, because there'll be a lot of excitement over this team.
Yeah, let me see what them to get like 100 points is here. 100 points for the Mammoth plus 220. That could be a way to attack it if you want, longer odds than the minus 120, minus 125 to make the playoffs. I think someone in our group chat, it may have been friend of the show, Archer, threw out Utah most goals at 100-1 or
100-1.
What was it at?
He said 30-1.
Oh, 30-1. 30-1. He threw something else at 100-1 because, of course, he did. But yeah, that's at 30-1. I don't know if they can quite do that. How many goals did they have last year? They had scrolling down, 241. They were in the bottom half. I don't like that bet. No, I don't like that bet at all.
No, I think they'll score more this season, but that's asking a lot. And 31 is just not enough juice.
No. So probably going to be taking the points over playoffs here as our looks. 100 points, I feel like, is reasonable for them. Only 9 teams reached 100 points last year, though. The Hurricanes, Panthers, Senators, Wild all didn't make it. So I'm probably just going to go with the point total as my bet.
Plus 220 isn't good enough, I don't think, for points.
No. Oh, yeah, all these alternate point markets are just they're
because they're index markets. There's no under, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right, so best bets here for the Mammoth. I have mine written in there. I have over 92.5 points at minus 120. I'm just going to do 3 units on that one. How are you playing them, Joel?
Yeah, same bets. Just give me 5 units. Yeah, because that's an actual bet of mine.
Yeah. So, Bull Jacks, what would your bet be if you had to make a one bet on the Mammoth?
I'd bet them just to make playoffs, probably like 2.5.
Make playoffs, yeah. It's probably a good look there. Pretty much same.
I don't like division. I don't like cup. I guess 100 points, but not at 220.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah. All right, let's get to our first commercial break here. We're brought to you by mybookie.ag. MyBookie is your place to bet on football and everything else. Your home for NFL, college football. MyBookie's $100,000 NFL Super Contest, only a $15 entry, and they're offering buy 2 entries, get 1 free. MyBookie accepts customers from a ton of locations. So head to mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN for 100% bet back bonus up to $500 for new customers. That's mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. And we're brought to you by Rhythm. NFL is back. Last season, Rhythm was 76-66 against the spread and 22-19 on over-unders. Player props, they killed it on Josh Allen passing props, 15-8 for a 23% return on investment. They also have MLB, WNBA, golf, and college football. So go to the site today and start building your NFL models for week 1. Get your 7-day free trial at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. All right, moving here along to the favorite team of our guest. He has his Ohio flags up in the background. The Columbus Blue Jackets. Last season, the Blue Jackets were probably one of the most surprising teams in the league, I would say, especially after the tragic passing of Johnny Gaudreau. Finished 40-33-9 for 89 points when their over-under was 65.5. So blew past that. 4th in the Metro. We're in the mix for a while. Bull Jacks, give us the inside look here on last season's Blue Jackets season.
The last season was just a lot of grit from the team. Honestly, I don't know how else to explain it. With very suboptimal goaltending. As much as I love my boy Elvis, but they somehow managed to just score 6 goals a night at home. Number 1 scoring team at home for some reason. I couldn't tell you how. It was a great season going there and drinking a bunch of little bets and just scoring and yelling at people. And Oh yeah, it was great. But yeah, no, they over exceeded every expectation I had. Obviously, I actually bet them to have the lowest record in the season last season. I had no faith.
Yeah.
Same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had a bunch of money on it, but yeah.
Well, who impressed you the most? Like the young guys. The Russians are always coming up there. What player impressed?
I have two. I would say Kirill Marchenko is probably my number one, and then the other one would be Sean Monahan. I think, I think he's a
Definitely
vital part of just winning, honestly. And when he went down with that injury, I think that really just sealed the fate of the team.
Yeah, Monahan only played 54 games. Kent Johnson had 57 points in just 68 games. Werenski, obviously, fantastic, making a Norris push as a point per game defenseman. And like even my boy JVR there, I forgot he was on Columbus. 16 goals, 36 points for
he's a dog.
35-year-old there. But yeah, Elvis 892, Tarasov 881. Jack Greaves was really amazing, 938 save percentage in 11 starts. So we'll see if he gets a chance this coming season.
Yeah, I actually have this is a strong prediction, but I think that the Columbus Blue Jackets will start off very soft and losing a bunch of games, and Jack Greaves will become the primary starter probably midway through the season.
I mean, he should if he can put up numbers like that can be a huge difference maker, especially in the Metro.
Ballsy. This past season I was definitely a bit heavy on the under. It was kind of a cadaverous, like a vulture. That's where I was. So when Johnny Gaudreau died, I was all over the unders, and they made me punish. They punished me for it. They, his spirit lingered, and it galvanized the team, and that can happen in sports. Like the locker room really came together, rallying around that. Even though there's not a ton of skill in the lineup, but they exceeded our expectations absolutely and burned me. So yeah, being a dark soul doesn't always work out. Doesn't always end up profitable. So yeah, that was a tough season for me betting against the Blue Jackets. But thankfully they came up just short and allowed the Habs to make the playoffs. So I was sweating that right to the bitter end.
Bulljacks, how what's your thoughts on Fantilli? I know he's still 20, turning 21 at some point, or recently turned 21. Think he's ready to take like a full step forward to potentially take over as the 1C for Monahan?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, I think this season I really think he's poised for a breakout season, and he'll eventually be moved up to that first, line center, taking all those faceoffs, and really just he could be the guy per se. Mm-hmm. I know I was slightly upset that we didn't get Bedard during that year, but I really like Fantilli, and I think I'm not upset we didn't get him at this point.
Well, you could thank the fucking Ducks for taking Carlson. That I think Fantilli will be the better player in the long run.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Big fan of Fantilli here.
Yeah, so off season for the Blue Jackets, brought in some veterans there, Charlie Coyle and Miles Wood from the.
Thanks for that.
Was that a trade?
Yes.
Is that a cap? Was that just a cap dump?
No, we traded what was it? Man, it was the young kid from Michigan who was the MVP a couple years ago.
Is that Brindley or
Brindley?
Yes. Brindley,
okay. Right?
Yeah, because Coyle
he's a first-round pick.
He was. Our new GM is not a believer in small guys, and Brindley is a real small center, and we have a lot of those in the prospect pool already. So I can just see, like, he brought in Coyle and Wood, who are 6'2", 6'1", Fasching 6'3". So I just think he's moving towards more of a beefy side of the Jackets.
Yeah, so you mentioned the bigger guys there. Coyle, Wood, lost Brindley, JVR, Danforth, Sean Corrali, Kevin LeBlanc, Luke Kunin, Jordan Harris, Jack Johnson. So not too many huge losses there for Columbus. Pretty much bringing it back with what they had last year. Hoping their young guys take a step forward, and looking ahead to this season. What? Step forward. Yeah, of course. Yeah. This season, 84.5 is their point total after being at 89 last year, plus 220 to make the playoffs, 30-1 to win the Metro, and 90-1 to win the Cup. Bulljacks, what do you think for upcoming year?
Man, I want to be optimistic, and I want to tell you they're going to make the playoffs, but I'm just not sure at this point. If I was going to take any sort of bet, it would be just taking playoffs. I wouldn't bet the point total over or under, because they're either going to be feast or famine. It's either they're gonna get 78 points and you're gonna be disappointed, or they're gonna hit 90.
Yeah, I could definitely see that there. I'm trying to look up if they have like what the to get 90 points is for them, just to try to compare that to
I think
the
it's 180
plus
I think.
220. It's plus 160 on DraftKings. So
160,
take playoffs and then see what happens at the end of the year, like to get 60 cents there.
It is the Metro, the weakest division in the league.
Metro shit. It's complete shit. It's just garbage.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't have any bets on this team at all. BJ said it, feast or famine kind of look. So yeah, I definitely take the big plus numbers. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of potential for this team. You look at all those young guys in that top six. Ken Johnson, Fantilli, we've talked about him. All of the Russians, Voronkov, Marchenko. Charlie Cole will certainly be a quality third line center. So yeah, this team will certainly be competitive. I just think that the number is pretty accurate. So yeah, if you really fancy this team to galvanize again, even though they exceeded expectations last year for some narrative reasons, I wouldn't be surprised if they exceeded, to be honest. Like this team is loaded with a lot of good young players. So Zach Werenski, we didn't mention him. Like he was a Norris finalist, was he not? He was in the mix there for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I wasn't quite scared that he would threaten the car or Quinn Hughes, but he's certainly pushing them at times. So yeah, he had his best season ever, and I can't expect that to change next season. So I'd rather be optimistic on this team than pessimistic. So that's where I'm looking. If I had to bet this team, it would be in the positive direction, especially given the fact that the Metro is so down.
Yeah, I agree. Bulljacks, any award looks you're looking at? Werenski 12-1 for Norris, Jet Greaves 200-1 for the Vezina. Anything like that?
Yeah, yes. I have two. It's not the Vezina, but I have Jet Greaves, the William Jennings Trophy, which is fewest goals against for goalies starting 25 games, because I think he'll start not as many as a normal starting goalie. He'll come in at that midway point, or maybe like towards the end, and I think he could shine. So I have that for 150-1. Ooh. And I like the Werenski Norris, but I don't think at 12-1 I would bet it.
No.
I think he'll come in third again for sure, but I don't know how you're going to get past McCarr or Hughes at this point.
Injuries. That's the only way.
Exactly. Yeah, just praying on an injury. At that point, I would rather not bet it.
Yeah, I mean,
I also like I know I was shit talking Elvis earlier, but Elvis Merzlikins to win 21.5 games over under is only minus 110. And if this team is going to do good, that's a very easy and attainable number for Elvis, even if he's getting 6 goals scored against them.
Oh, I did not know goalie win over unders were out. I feasted on them last year with some of these guys. I might have to take a deep dive into that. Yeah, Merzlikins is at 20.5.
But he is talking out of both sides of his mouth, though, because he thinks that Jack Greaves is going to come in, but he also wants Merzlikins over 21.5 wins.
Yes. Well, I bet a lot more money on the Merzlikins one than the 150-1.
Fair enough. I mean, 150-1 it's certainly worth a shot.
Yeah, and I mean, Daily Faceoff has Jack Greaves listed as the starter. I'm not sure where they're getting that information from. I imagine it'll be a competition in camp, but I have to think it'll be a tandem. Like, what are you hearing from people close to the team? Like, are you hearing from like blogs or any beat writers or anything?
It's gonna be like Elvis will be starting and Jet will be the backup. They'll have like a slight competition, as Dean really likes to push his players, but I don't see a world where they don't start Elvis with all the money and cap they have in him. Where I don't know how that would work. He's a diva in the locker room, especially last year, like asking for a trade. So you just never know with him. So I think I'd rather start him and see how it goes.
Yeah, maybe they'll finally trade him then if Jack Greaves shows he can do it like on a starter basis.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You mentioned a player point total in the group chat earlier. Do you want to shout that out here?
Oh yes, absolutely. So I have Kent Johnson to get 70 points is plus 550. Really love that number. And then I have Marchenko to record 30 goals at plus 170. Kind of a low number for how long you're gonna have to wait through the whole season, but I just don't see a world where he doesn't score 30 goals and he's gonna have a better season when he doesn't, unless he breaks his jaw again. But he scored 30 goals last season with a broken jaw. I don't see a world where he doesn't score 30, maybe even 40, but I couldn't find a 40.
Yeah, 31 last year, 23 the year before, 21 the year before. So he's growing there a little bit. And yeah, Ken Johnson, I mentioned it, 57 points in 68 games last year. So if he stays healthy, takes a step forward, fifth overall pick from 2021, he definitely has the skill.
BC boy, like I said, really rate Ken Johnson. And looking at the Jack Adams odds, I'm surprised that Dean Evison is actually so short. He's only 10-1 on a certain offshore. So I was kind of looking at that, but again, this market is sharpening up this year. 10-1 is just too short, considering like last year was his year. If Blue Jackets make it the playoffs, maybe they could push to make a finalist at least. But this year, they'll have to make something special happen for him to have a chance. And 10-1 is just too short.
12-1 on DraftKings if that's any more enticing, $2, but it still seems pretty short for him.
No, I need to be like 30-1. Honestly, I don't like that number at all.
Yeah, so I'm trying to find a best bet while we talk through this here. It might just end up being playoff, but I know my best bet I didn't take for the Flyers. I took Jack Adams. Okay, so I don't have both shitty teams in the Metro to make the playoffs. So I'll probably end up with that one there. Anything else here on the Blue Jackets before we move on to that?
I think the Blue Jackets within 5 years will be a normal playoff team. I think with the prospect pool coming up, I think you'll be very surprised and just seeing how it'll go.
Who did you guys draft this year? I forget.
We got Jackson Smith, who's a big, 6'3" defensive man, and then we got a Russian goalie, Andreanov.
Of course. Yes, that was a big surprise. That was the first rounder too, right?
Yes. Don Waddell went on record saying that they were securing their goalie pick, and they didn't really have another pick until like 90 or something.
Yes,
and they really liked the kid.
He was the first goalie. He was the first goalie drafted, right?
Yes. Yeah. Thanks for that. We got that.
I was all for it.
The Canadian goalie went over 25.5. I can't even remember his name, but that certainly helped. So
Ravensburgen.
Ravensburg. I don't know if he's Canadian or American, but he played in.
He's probably American. Canadians.
Come on. We got Jordan Bennington. Nobody else.
Yeah. All right. Let's get to the best bets here. I got mine in there. I took playoffs at plus 220. I'll throw 2 units on that.
What's the price for over 84.5?
Minus 120.
Find that here. All right. Minus 120.
Minus 120. Just 3 units on that one.
34.5, minus 220, 3 units for Joel on that one. I got 2 units on playoffs plus 220. Bull Jacks, what would your bet be if you were to make one?
It would be the goalie bet. We're just linking this over 20.5. I would put like 4 units on it.
All right, that's you love your goalies here. I don't blame you. I love goalies too, so I feel you there completely.
I don't love goalies.
Okay, we are brought to you by Underdog. Underdog Best Ball Mania is happening all summer long, giving away $15 million in prizes, including $2 million to first place. No waiver wire, no arguments about trades. Best Ball is the best way to play fantasy football. Also, a great place to play Pick'em, where you can win up to 500 times your entry. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 and get $50 in bonus funds when you sign up with promo code HGP. And of course, Circa Las Vegas is hosting the world's biggest pro football contest, Circa Million, Circa Survivor, and Circa Grandissimo, with over $21 million in guaranteed prizes. Sign up in Nevada and play from anywhere with the help of SGPN's official proxy. Go to footballcontest.com and use promo code SGP to get $50 off your proxy fees. Contest close on Saturday, September 6th, so get in now. Okay, the final team of the 3 we're looking at here is Vancouver Canucks, the home of our very own Joel Meyer. So take it away, Joel.
Do we have to talk about the Vancouver Canucks?
Well, we have to. We're doing every team, Joel.
Well, it was a real tough season, probably the most dramatic season, even by Vancouver's standards, that I can remember. And there's been a lot of them. So, yeah, it was an absolute shit show. It caused our coach not to resign it. It's rare that you have a coach that does not extend his stay in a certain city, especially after winning the Jack Adams the previous year. But no, it was that much of a terror. The drama between JT Miller and Elias Pettersson to start the year. It was much ado with nothing. They said we're all good, and then eventually it all came out that no, they actually hate each other, which led to the trade. And No, there was like distraction upon distraction, and that's why this team had such a terrible home record after being very good the previous season at home. But this season, they were losing every fucking home game and often just blowing leads like they were under Bruce Boudreau. It was not talking hockey at all, and they weren't getting anything going offensively. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but they were one of the worst teams in terms of producing shot volume. I mean, it's a miracle that they scored as many goals as they did, thanks to maybe a little bit of a inflated scoring percentage. Because they did not have any offensive zone pressure. They weren't getting the pucks on nets. The power play was hit and miss. And a lot of it has to do with Elias Pettersson just taking another step back. Like, he was the same player that he was in the last third of 2023-24 season. And like Quinn Hughes was the whole team. Like, if he wasn't on the ice, the Canucks were getting fucking dominated. And that's why he should have been a legitimate Hart candidate. And he might have been in the mix if he didn't get injured towards the end of the season. But of course he's getting injured because he's carrying the whole fucking team. And when he's playing like 25 minutes a night, that's going to happen. So it was an absolute miserable season in Vancouver. The GMs tried to do their best to make some deals. Philip Hedl in that JT Miller trade. They tried to get other guys at the deadline. Didn't quite work out. Same for most teams, to be fair. And this team is just treading water right now after an historical season the previous year, after Talking got the guys going, playing proper defense and all that, fixing the Boudreau issues. And there's the whole Demko drama as well with the Popliteus, whatever the fuck you call it, some random rare injury that only happens to soccer players apparently, but he got that and he barely played and wasn't great when he did play. One bright spot was Kevin Lankinen coming in towards the end of free agency before the season. If it wasn't for him, like, this team would be like a lottery team. Like, he absolutely saved the team. Like, Artur Shilovs, despite his heroics for Team Latvia, for the Canucks in the playoffs, for the Calder Cup Canucks. I think he was the MVP in that tournament as well. He only won one game and against the Blackhawks in all of his starts. So no, goaltending was bad, shooting percentage was bad. The shot volume was horrific, and this team just didn't have an identity. There was no legit quality on offense, and it was just Quinn Hughes. Like, Quinn Hughes was the whole team. That's the only bright spot about this season. That's why I didn't want to talk about it. I keep rambling, but it was absolute miserable season for Vancouver Canucks, especially after considering all the hope that they gave them, the fans, the previous season. But
Quinn Hughes, 76 points, led the team in 68 games. Still third in Norris voting, despite missing 14 games. They're impressive there. Brock Besser, Connor Garland, 50 points each. DeBrusque, Suter, Pettersson, 45 points in 64 games. Just like not very inspiring. And Demko couldn't stay healthy, but even when he was healthy, he had 23 starts. 10 of them were quality starts, but 7 were really bad. Save percentage 889. Like, that's just not going to get it done. Lankinen was the saving grace because without him, they would be definitely a lottery team there. So they're going into the off season here. Big addition of Vander Kane, bringing him home there.
He's Vander Kane.
P.O. Joseph, losing P.S. Sutter, Di Giuseppe, Noah Juleson to the Flyers, and Artur Shilovs. And of course, Rick Tocchet didn't resign with the Canucks. I wonder if he would have if the Flyers job wasn't open. But once that job opened up, it just seemed like he was coming home.
I don't think he would have resigned. It just the chemistry was that bad that this coach just wanted out, and I can't blame him for it. He certainly has a special connection with some players and all that. Like, Quinn Hughes certainly, as the captain, has a good relationship with him, but no, I'm not surprised to see him leave after all. The big one, though, is Brock Besser resigning. That was a big surprise on free agency day. We thought that he'd be long gone, but no, he actually resigned in Vancouver for a decent number. Clearly, he loves the city. Clearly, he has a good relationship with some of the players, at least. That was a big pull. Pia Suter is a big loss. He's a highly versatile center/winger. He had an excellent career year last year. Really, I guess that's another bright spot. But that's what you can expect from a guy in a contract season. That's a big loss. The Canucks have a lot to do in terms of negotiating their center depth. There was talks about getting Marco Rossi, but clearly that's off the table with him re-signing in Minnesota. So yeah, it's gonna be up to Elias Pettersson this season. That's all it comes down to. This guy can be what we signed him to be, and things will be okay in that group. But if he's not, if he's going to be the same player he was last year, this team's going to be fucking terrible.
Well, I saw some quote from him earlier in August saying like he has a chip on his shoulder or something, like he wants to really build off after having a bad season last year. But I mean, we'll see if he's able to. We'll see if he's able to do that after having such a bad year. Okay, going into this season here, we have the points are at 90.5 after having 90 points last year. Plus 105 for the playoffs. I believe miss is minus 125. 14-1 for the division. Cup is 70-1. Quinn Hughes is plus 220 for the Norris. Quinn Hughes is 45-1 for the Hart Trophy. How are you looking here, Joel?
I have zero bets on the Canucks, one way or the other. I have no idea what to do with them this year, and they're getting bet against. The point total is already creeping downwards, and I understand why. This team just doesn't have any offensive punch. We'll see. Oh, we didn't mention Adam Foote, of course. He was the assistant coach for the past couple of years. He is now the head coach. I would not bet him to win Jack Adams because I don't think this team has a high ceiling, even though, you know what? Let me amend that. If Pettersson is the guy he was a couple of years ago, if Quinn Hughes stays being Quinn Hughes and Demko once again becomes Vezina Demko, there is a high ceiling for this team. So there is a case for that, I guess, but I'm not in for it. It's too much going right at the same time for a team and a city that has experienced a lot of misery. So I have no idea what to bet for this team, to be honest. I mean, there is zero insight on my part. I mean, Quinn Hughes to win the Hart, that's probably come down a lot compared to the past couple of years where we're betting at triple digits. So yeah, like the scoop is out. The news is out that Quinn Hughes is a legit top 10 player in the league. And yeah, so I got nothing on this team whatsoever. It's it's a fucking mystery, man.
You can get Pettersson 500-1 to win the Hart at some books, 300-1 here at DraftKings. Yeah, Quinn Hughes is down to 45-1 for the Hart. That's best there at DraftKings. Yeah, there's not really too much to talk about here with the Canucks.
You have any thoughts, BJ?
I think you either bet the Pettersson Hart at the 500-1, or you just bet them to miss the playoffs. I think I'd probably bet them to miss the playoffs at this point.
Yeah,
you
that's
could probably find a minus 120. Probably somewhere, I'm sure. Minus 125.
No, it should be less. If it's plus 105 to make, it should be like minus 115 to miss.
Well,
if the bookies are doing you good.
Well, it's minus 135 on DraftKings here. They have
plus 105.
All right.
They have to get that juice. They have to get their juice there.
It's the juice.
They got to put food on the table, Joel. Okay.
Give me a fucking break. That's why the offshores are still around.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. I just don't really see Chittle or Ratty or all these like second, third, fourth line centers. Like I just see like they're all like third and fourth line centers. Maybe even I don't know. I don't really see a lot of face-offs being won.
I got to step in. The name pronunciation is pretty good there. I won't blame you for Ratu. Ratty, it is a fucking Y, but you actually say it Ratu. It doesn't make any sense to me. He's fucking Finnish. You know, they do things differently over there. But yeah, Philip Hedl and Ratu with a Y.
Hedl. Okay, Hedl. I got you.
You mentioned that the Canucks, could have been a lottery team last year without Kevin Lankinen. Any thoughts on them 90-1 to have the lowest points?
No, it's Quinn Hughes. If Quinn Hughes gets hurt, then sure. But Quinn Hughes is not letting this team sink.
No. Anything else here on the Canucks before we go to our best bets? That's a no. Okay.
That's a no.
Nope.
Best bets. I'm just taking Quinn Hughes Norris at 220 for 2 units.
Fuck you, man.
Why
do we think so alike?
Is that what you're doing too?
No, I got to do something different.
No, you don't. As Catfish wisely said last episode in the chat, the bets that will make the difference are the different bets. So
no, I'm not giving out an award bet that I haven't bet myself and won't bet myself.
Okay.
So just give me the where do they make the playoffs? Plus 105.
105.
Okay, just 1 unit on that.
I was looking through it. That's our we bet because I was like, I haven't bet one unit yet besides on these longer things. So, but yeah, I'm saving the one
that's legit mystery. So one unit is perfect for it.
Yeah, so there's our best bets for these three teams at the 45-minute mark of the YouTube video. I will, I'm not going to zoom out as well. If you want our other bets, go listen to the other ones. They're evergreen until the season starts. Nothing's really going to change there. So make sure you subscribe on Apple Podcasts, YouTube. Go back. You can watch and listen to all of them there. Okay, Joel, any CFL tomorrow? And is there any college football tomorrow you got going on?
I do have a bet. I think Cincinnati play tomorrow. I took them plus 6.5 at plus 105 at home against Nebraska. Nebraska's been getting all the money. I'm just fading that a little bit. You can find plus 7s out there, minus 110 as well if you want to do that. So yeah, I'm taking the contrary dog in Cincinnati Bearcats. That's all for now. I don't have anything on CFL so far, and probably less as the season goes on because there's only so much football you could take, right? CFL is a summer sport for me, and yeah, we'll see how that transpires going forward. But that's where I'm at so far.
All right, Bulljacks, you got anything coming up this weekend? Anything you want to plug?
Oh, OSU, Texas. Who do you got?
Man, I have two predictions. Okay, I actually have a number I'm going to give. I'm going to give about plus 500 for OSU to go undefeated this season. Ooh. So I think if they beat Texas, they're not losing to Penn State. But I think what the script
Penn State is in Pennsylvania, right?
Pennsylvania, yes, it is. Actually, no, it's a home game. It's a home game. It's a blackout, but it's at noon. That's what it is.
All right.
So I don't know how that one's going to go, but
I got Penn State to win the conference, so we'll be against you there.
Yes, yeah. I think the script is we go 10-2, we lose to Penn State and Texas, and then we power up for the playoffs and go back to back. That's what I'm thinking. All right. But I think Penn State probably hits that hurdle.
That's what you're saying. You get it?
Oh, man. I don't know how I feel about that, man. We'll see.
Okay, we should be back on Friday night. Next three teams up are the Devils, Canadians, and Blues. So, if any guests want to come on for that, you're more than welcome. Reach out to us on Twitter at HockeySGPN or in the Discord.
Video for the Blues.
SG.PN/Discord. Okay, yeah. I am Ryan Gilbert. You can follow me on Twitter at rgilbertsop.
And I'm Joel Meyer. And you'll find me recommending betting against history. And LSU will finally win a home opener, or not a home opener, a week one opener against Clemson. Take the +4, take the money line, whatever they're going to get going. If Brian Kelly loses this game, I'm fucking on him. This is his last fucking chance. Fucking Irish.
See ya.